Now, the key to having a good beard is, I don't want to say it does not matter, but for the most part, it does not really matter the length of whatever your beard is, 6 mm, 10 mm, 12 mm, whatever it is. To a certain extent, of course. I mean, if you're going to let it go out like a bush, then that's a problem. But as long as you're keeping it tidy and you're keeping it lined up, trust me, it'll make the biggest difference. Keeping your beard lined up is literally the sole difference between people finding a beard looking good on a guy and it looking bad on a guy. You're never going to find a guy who lines up his beard perfectly and keeps it tidy, and someone goes and tell him, "Oh, a beard does not look good on you." You're never going to. It just does not happen unless like you're freaking 13 years old, of course. If you're over the age of 18 or 17, 18 plus, and regardless of what kind of a beard or how long you have it, if you keep it lined up, you're never going to catch people thinking it looks unattractive or it looks bad on you. It just doesn't happen. The difference between a good beard and a bad one is purely how you line it up and how you keep it neat. Now, obviously, first of all, you're going to need a trimmer. A trimmer, I mean, ideally you want, like a shaving blade and stuff, but if you want to, you can literally do every single thing with just an adjustable, literally just whatever, just get an adjustable trimmer which you can have different guards on. Now, personally, I like to pick the 6 mm guard. One thing I would like to mention is a 6 mm guard on my trimmer, for example, might be different for what it is on your trimmer or some other trimmers. It may keep the length longer, it may keep the length shorter. You literally have to experiment because not all blades are same, not all the trimmers are same. So you get the way you're gonna start off is literally, first of all, you want to get all the bulk off. I don't have any bulk on my beard, but still I like to keep it to the 6 mm length, and I've been letting it's been going on for what, half a week now, and that's enough for it to get to the stage where it's not at the length I want. So I need to shorten it back down to the length that I want. And I personally use a 6 mm, but whatever the length is for you, pick that length, 6 mm. I don't even know if you can actually see. Yeah, there we go. 6 mm, you turn the trimmer on, literally go over everything. Now, some people, what they like to do is leave a little more hair at the chin, leave a little more in the mustache area, whatever, that's up to you. But personally, for me, I like to go over the entire thing and keep it the same length, and you will see what the heck I do. So you go get the 6 mm, and then you literally go over everything. Perhaps at this level, near your sideburns, under that, clean up everything, and then we move to the next step. This is a very awkward setting to trim my facial hair. But whatever, to keep the lighting good, right? Now I just went to the washroom so I could literally view myself and on the mirror and not on this damn camera, which is this small. And then I went over the entire thing with the same guard. Like whatever the guard is for, you do with that. I did with the 6 mm thing, all over my chin, my neck, the face, every single thing, right? That's what you want to do. And then next step, personally, this is what I like to go. I like to keep it a bit lighter in this area, because when it's darker, I don't like to look as much. I like to keep it a bit lighter because perhaps, I don't know if it's exactly, sometimes different areas of your face can, the hair can grow at different density levels, right? I personally find that here it's a bit darker and almost a little more thick than it is here. So I need to keep this a little bit smaller or shorter than whatever it is all over the face. So for this length, I'm gonna pick the 3.5 mm thing. Hopefully you can see. I don't even think you should even care about this because the length is literally personal preference. It's all about lining it up and keeping it clean, which is the point of this video. And in between trims, I would also recommend, like literally between you trimming your hair on your face, remove the guard and literally like get all the hair, because you find the hair is stuck here and that often hinders the trimming process. You want to clean that up and then continue. Okay, now we're done with that. Now we're pretty much done with the take taking the bulk off. We're done with that process. Now it's actually the lining up process, which like I said in the beginning of the video, makes the biggest difference. The length of your beard is personal preference, but when it comes to lining it up, this is where pretty much the difference between an unkept beard and a kept, well maintained, tidy beard comes in place. Now when it comes to trimming your cheek lines, if you can call it that, you basically want to find the highest point up till where your beard can go through. Now a little tip or point of advice I would give you is, for some people, like even for me, like if you notice here, you can see there that in certain areas the hair does not grow as much as the others. but obviously as you grow that should fill in as well. But if you find that areas of your beard are patchy, what I would recommend is find the lightest density length of your beard, whatever you want to call it, and use that same length for the rest of the beard so it all looks even and does not look like, okay, one area grows faster or one area grows more than the other. You do not want to have that look. If you see here, the beard almost goes up literally almost right to my lip, whereas here it literally like stops. I don't know if you can see that, but it stops a little bit further away from the lip. So these are little pointers that you want to make sure that you're keeping in mind while trimming your beard. If one area of your beard is growing a lot faster than the others, make sure that everything is the same length. Make it a bit shorter so that everything stays the same length and does not look really awkward and look like it's all over the place. And you don't want to show that you have a patchy beard or an uneven beard, even if you do. Now, when it comes to lining up your beard, you want to find the highest point in your cheek line to where your beard actually grows on a consistent level. Now, what I mean by consistent level is like this, basically this line, because if I zoom in, I don't know if you can see, but in the mirror I know for a fact that I have hairs growing literally like very close to my eyes, but that's not, it's not, that's just some hair, but that's not even, right? So you do not want to line it up there. So this is probably where the highest point my beard goes through, at least right now. And you basically want to line that up literally like that on the zero guard, no guard, whatever, and then line it up and then clear up everything above that. And you want to be very careful with the lining up process, because if you mess that up, I don't think I need to say anything, you're screwed. So you want to be very careful with that. I'm gonna go and do it at the mirror, because if I do it here, I'm probably gonna mess it up and then not want to get out of my house for at least the next week, and I don't want to be in that position. So we're gonna go to the mirror in the washroom and then I'll show you how to get it done. Now, once you're done with that, you should end up with a perfectly lined up beard. Now, mind you, it's been only like literally 3-4 days since I last trimmed up my beard, so I'm not taking much length off. There's not much of a difference, as you can see. So don't come in the comments and be like, oh, you're trimming nothing. I am trimming something, but obviously it's not that much of a difference because I keep trimming at least twice a week, probably. I would recommend every one of you as well, at least once a week, to probably clean up your beard. If it goes really quickly, like mine does, then probably twice a week would be ideal for you, whatever you find comfortable. But in the end of the day, it's all about keeping it neat and tidy as much as possible, because the length and stuff is it's personal preference. But if you can keep it tidy, keep it lined up, keep it, not going all over your freaking neck, that is all you want. And I know some people will literally go ahead with the single blade, the freaking shaving thing, and then go over this and stuff. I'm not personally going to do that, because I don't think it really matters. I mean, some people really want the super freaking clean look. They want all the stubble away. That's up to you, right? I mean, I personally don't really care. Like, people talking to you, they're not going to notice a freaking tiny bit of hair. Like, you could probably see a little bit of hair that no one's going to freaking notice that. So I don't really care about that. But you want to keep it lined up and looking good as frequently as possible. Another thing I would recommend is, if you do get acne and stuff, I literally kind of cut myself right there. It literally rarely happens. I never cut myself, but I cut myself there. I recommend you applying ice. Literally right after you shave, apply ice. It'll pretty much soothe down your skin, and if it gets red, or you get acne after trimming, this will close up the freaking whatever you're cutting on your skin and not allow those pimples or acne for it to have a chance to come out and spread over your face. So that is it. Thank you so much for watching. You know what? No, I'm not going to do that. I feel very, very weird when I say thank you for watching. Subscribe. I'm not one of those people. I'm not going to do that, but I would appreciate if you could, yeah, but that is it. Simple. Just keep 2 fingers above your Adam's apple, line this up, find the highest point of your beard on your cheeks, line that up, clear the rest on top of it, and trim the beard to whatever length you like, and it's simple. It's not that complicated. You don't need some crazy freaking trimmer for this. You don't need the best trimmer in the world. You don't need the best freaking barber in the world to do it for you. Spend a little time, invest in yourself, and it'll be very, very easy.